Tanya, Indico, Paul, Kevin, we're going to get to all of you. The good news is people in the system are more awake now than people outside the system. The most awake people now are in government or in the big, powerful corporations because they're somewhat decompartmentalized compared to the public. And so, you know, the last 5-6 years is when I've begun to figure this out because it was the process of that unfolding. It wasn't always so, but now it is so. So there's a lot of good things happening as well. I don't want to be overly negative here, but we have to admit how dire our straits are if we have a chance to turn this around. I mean, they're going to bring Ebola in here, let it spread on purpose, turn off all the default settings, and then try to make us take a Ebola vaccine they're pushing now? That's on the horizon? No. No. It's too obvious. And while we're busy looking at Ebola, the real issue are these different respiratory viruses that are wiping people out all over the place. That's why I said in December right through January when I lost 3 family members, 2 of them that were healthy, to the same mystery respiratory illness that ate their lungs and killed them. My uncle, my cousin, and my great uncle. That I couldn't get rid of it for over a month, even with antibiotics. I personally drank a couple bottles of colloidal silver, and I think that's what finally knocked it out. Got a lot of sun, you name it. My dad has never been sick for 2 months. He was sick for 2 months. The hospitals were overflowing all over Texas, all over the country, but no news media national. Only local news articles. Mystery respiratory illness hits Houston. Mystery health illness hits Tyler, Texas. Mystery illness hits Dallas. I mean, it was bad. Mystery illness hits Kansas City. It hit the Midwest and Texas really bad. And my gut told me, man, whether this is real or manufactured, these superbugs, these viruses and bacteria are getting stronger. And of course, that's admitted. And I said, I got to get myself ready. What I do is I'm getting more sun, drinking purified water, trying to exercise more, trying to get right with God, trying to eat organic, trying to get my sleep. And I'm taking colloidal silver, the highest pure quality. I am taking Super Male Vitality from InfoWarsLife.com. I'm taking the Survival Shield Nascent Iodine that is known. You can read all the nutrimedical details at InfoWarsLife.com, but is known to get your glands going and to block a lot of the toxic garbage that's out there. Because you have all these toxic halogens like fluorine and fluoride and bromide and that are being put in our food and water. This goes in and actually blocks that on record in the thyroid, you name it. It's not just about blocking radiation or particular radioactive isotopes. This is an essential element in the body, and Americans and others are chronically deficient. X2, the only deep earth crystal source of this, the rest comes out of seaweed, which is better than nothing. This is proprietary, InfoWarsLife.com, and I personally, for my immune system and my health, the Super Silver Bullet, which is a super form well, just go read about it for yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Silver Bullet, colloidal silver, available at InfoWarsLife.com. The Survival Shield X2 Nascent Iodine, True Nascent Iodine, InfoWarsLife.com. And when you try the products, you've heard the rave reviews, people calling in unsolicited. When you try it, we have almost got no negative reviews. We've never seen health products, supplement products I've been involved with for a long time have reviews that are 98%, 99%. And those are on third-party sites out there. People have seen it. You've experienced it. You've heard the listeners. Try it. Bare minimum, you're funding our operation. Bare minimum, you're helping us run our news division, the news websites, the nightly news, the syndicated radio, the films, the breaking news reports, sending our reporters around the country and the world to bring you hard-hitting info to expose the open border. All the huge national, international stories we break is due to you spreading the word and buying the fine products, the Pro Pure G2 filters that basically cut everything out or bring it down to non-detectable levels. You can get that massively discounted with promo code WATER, 10% off at InfoWarsStore.com, 888-253-3139. And again, I want to thank you all for your support. Each nightly news membership to get the commercial-free podcast, to see the show live, special reports, decades of material and information in HD, PrisonPlanet.tv. One membership's $5.95 a month. 11 people can use it. Nobody can beat that. It only pays for the bandwidth. So I want to thank you if you are a member, or encourage you if you're not a member to become a PrisonPlanet.tv member today. Because we are funded by we the people, by you. Free market, free association, not a gun to your head like the IRS taking your money and giving it to NPR, $400+ million a year, or stimulus money taken by the IRS given to MSNBC to give Rachel Maddow a raise. We are funded by free will by you out there. Let's go back to some calls. Spiro in Washington, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex, I just wanted to bring up a couple points. You're absolutely right about the time that we're living in right now. It's pretty profound, even astrologically and everything. Blood moons, everything. They think that there's a window of opportunity, and everything is accelerating. The awakening and the technocrats' agenda, everything's accelerating.
Well, exactly. Even if you don't believe in astrology or astrophysics or all the things they mesh together, science and stuff that's pseudoscience, that's ancient, that the science has come out of, the elites believe in lunar eclipses. They believe in Mars being close to the Earth. They believe in all of this stuff, blood moons. They are obsessed with it and moving on all fronts.
Absolutely. I want to bring up MH17. There was a WHO, I think he was a spokesman for the WHO, Glenn Thomas, along with, he was an Ebola expert. He was on MH17 that was diverted right over to the Crimea region, right over by the Kiev Tower, and shot down. So these globalists, they have multifaceted attacks that it's not one bird, two stone, or, one stone, two birds. They get to take out any resistance, any type of doctors that would have the means and the knowledge to fight, and expose what's really happening right now. They were on their way. 100 scientists were on their way.
That's right. It was 100+ top virologists were on the plane. We just showed the London Guardian headline.
Right. Glenn Thomas was one of them. He was apparently an Ebola expert with the WHO.
Yes.
I also want to bring up the meningitis vaccines that were taking place in West Africa. They apparently coincided right before this Ebola outbreak.
Oh,
happened.
Of course. I mean, it's even in Bloomberg that it was the bird flu vaccine that killed a whole bunch of people and started some of the big flu outbreaks 5 years ago. I mean, that's the thing, is this all ends up even being in mainstream news. It's not like that's our opinion, but the public is just not paying attention. They're like, hey, is it on Sports Center? All right, well, it's manly for me to know all the sports scores, Alex. I don't want to know about bird flu, okay? You go over there, sissy, and you talk about that. I'm going to go over here and act cool right now. I'm going to go tailgate. I'm going to cry if UT loses to Baylor. Boo-hoo. I mean, it doesn't matter, folks. It's all there to distract you. We're losing our freedom because we become a bunch of chumps. Our forebears would look at us today and laugh at us like decadent Romans in the decline of the Roman Empire watching our bread and circus. It's so sick how men will corner you in an elevator and go, what do you think about Dallas Cowboys? I'm sorry, I don't follow that. I'm not manly. I'm not manly like you.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
DNA Force.
When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in.
DNA Force.
No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies.
DNA Force.
We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
DNA Force.
General, what do you think about the FBI saying that there's a terror alert on Monday about a potential Fort Hood situation?
The police are shoving people, shoving Alex, shoving the crowd.
Here we go, folks. I'm being assaulted.
Whether it's the radio show, the news websites, documentary films, or the nightly news, InfoWars is the tip of the spear.
Is this another false flag stage attack to take our civil liberties and put more homeland security while sticking their hands down on pants on the streets?
It's up to us to set brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere. And that's what PrisonPlanet.tv is designed to do.
You watch the assault Assad regime is going to be blamed or accused of using chemical weapons against the so-called rebels.
What we see now is a war against reality. It's a war against the truth.
It's more vital than ever that supporters of freedom become members of PrisonPlanet.tv and share their membership with